Here, Mr. O'Brien. Here, Mr. Pelton. Here, Ms. Pratt, alternate member. Here, and Chairman Tucker. Here, quorum is present. There's one application on tonight's agenda, A2403, on the application of MJM Real Estate Holdings, LLC, 193 Crescent Ave, requesting multiple variances from the ZBA to enable the appellant to construct a 3-duplex dwellings on lots 115, 116, and 117 Campbell Ave.
Name and address for the record, please.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, members of the board. For the record, Rick Salvo, Engineering Alliance, office at 194 Central Street in Saugus. I'm here this evening on behalf of MJM Realty Trust, the managers of which are here this evening. These are 3 lots on Campbell Ave, currently vacant lots. They're each comprised of 5,291 square feet with 50 feet of frontage. This is sort of a classic variance case. These lot shapes are unique in that there's a curve in the front and a curve in the back, and because the lines are radial, it creates a pie-shaped lot. As far as the topography is concerned, there's approximately a 20-foot drop from the front of the lot to the rear of the property over about a distance of 100 feet. And relative to the soil conditions, there's a tremendous amount of fill in this lot that's going to have to be dealt with during construction. So the proposal that's currently before you is to construct 3 duplex dwelling units, which will require relief in the RB district. You need to have 6,000 square feet and 60 feet of frontage. We're also looking for various other dimensional relief. These units are about 2,000 square feet apiece. They're all 2-bedroom units. We have the required amount of parking. Each unit has a garage space and a driveway space out front. The buildings have been designed so that they'll fit into the topography, which creates some of the relief. There'll be a walkout situation in the rear, drive-in garage elevation at the street. So that's essentially the proposal in a nutshell. So I guess I'll turn it back to the board for any questions or comments you might have.
Thank you. Seeing that it's a public hearing, I'll ask if there's any proponents, anyone in favor. Councilor Novoselsky, welcome.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, members of the board. Ira Novoselsky, 53 D. Hone Street, Ward 2 Councilor. This is not far from my own home, and I've lived in this area for 77 years. And I remember that these 3 lots used to have houses on them over 50 years ago, and it's been empty ever since. The families that owned, the Solomon family that owned that house next to it, owned all 4 lots. And it's just something that we knew eventually was something was going to go there. I had a neighborhood meeting. We sent out over 30 letters to all the adjacent neighbors, not as neighbors, but as owners. But I also took it upon myself to send out emails to the individual residents that live there, not just the owners themselves. So a lot of people knew about it. They only had 6 people show up, and it really wasn't anybody against them. There was an issue on parking, but that's not something that has to come in front here. But in general, the neighbors across the street, Pamela Anderson at 160 Campbell Ave, sent me an email this afternoon. They were going to come up tonight, but they just got home from vacation. Their flight was late, so they couldn't make it tonight. But they specifically said that they are in favor of this to happen. And I'm looking forward to it. I like the designs. I work with the owners and the architect on the designs, and I think they're good packages. The folks down on North Shore Road that are direct abutters were there, and they were very excited knowing that the water that flows off that hill won't be coming down anymore onto their properties. There will be some superfluous stuff, but not what comes down there now with the rains. There was nothing to catch it, but there will be dry wells, 3,500-gallon dry wells put in on each lot to catch any rain coming down from any of the roofs or the land in the back. So I think it's well planned. Everybody was happy about it again, and I hope that you approve it. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other proponents? Seeing and hearing none, I'll close that side of the hearing. Any opponents? Oh, proponent. Welcome. Could you press the button and state your name and address for the record?
Nico DeCesare, 10 Ocean Avenue, Unit 314, Revere. My family's operated a business abutting this parcel for close to 40 years. Atlas Auto Body, we're at 1579 North Shore Road. And like our counselor was talking about it before, the water issue was always an issue, and we're very happy to see that this is being developed and developed by another Revere family. I'm sure they're going to do a great job. They do a great job with everything they do, so we're excited about it and excited to get rid of the water.
Thank you. Any other proponents? Do we have letters that have to be introduced?
We have several other proponents that submitted their testimony in writing. Vincent DeCesare, 1605 North Shore Road, in favor. Charles Lightbody, 1608 North Shore Road, in favor. We also have Jose Ferreira, 169 Campbell Ave, in favor.
Thank you. Seeing and hearing no more proponents, are there any opponents? Anyone opposed? Seeing and hearing none, I'll close that side of the hearing. Any members wish to speak? Then I would ask for a motion to approve. Seconded. A roll call, please.
If the rights of this variance are not exercised within 1 year of the date of the grant of this variance, the right shall lapse. This variance shall not be valid until the appellant has recorded this variance and plan in the Suffolk County Registry of Deeds and submits document recording numbers and dates to the city clerk and building inspector of the city of Revere, and the appellant must receive site plan review approval prior to applying for a building permit. Shall the Zoning Board of Appeals grant the relief requested subject to those conditions? Mr. Lemonna?
Yes.
Yes. Mr. Lopes? Yes. Mr. O'Brien? Yes. Mr. Pelton? Yes. And Chairman Tucker?
Yes.
Yes, the variance has been granted. There's no further business.
Having no further business, our next meeting will be April 24th, if we have anything submitted to us. At this time, we do not. Thank you and have a good night.